First and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And Walker has it. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And Walker with it over the middle. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up fourth down. And Jackson throwing once more. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up. I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Third and goal, Jackson. Touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are back within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson, 44 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
First carry now for Justice Hill. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down. Jackson. A dump off now to Hill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 5.
Jackson will throw again.
Connection with Walker going across the formation.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Here's Jackson.
A check down here for Henry.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second down and 3.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 28 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Second and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Hey, 73, 73. Alpha, alpha, alpha.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Hey, Silver, Silver, Silver. Go Silver, ready?
Throwing is Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Hey, report. Return it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now it's Jackson. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
In motion goes the tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man has got it, the tight end. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Hey, easy, 63, Delta.
Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Crown left Yeti. 63. Hey. Delta.
They'll look to throw here.
That one complete out to Dotson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey. Tiger Hornet. Crown left Yeti.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Hey, report.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he's up to the 43.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And Jackson throwing once more. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Keely Ringo puts it off. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
Hey, Silver. Go Silver, ready?
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Hey, easy, 63.
Back to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Crowd love Yanni. Crowd love Yanni. 63, 63, 63. Hey. Don't touch.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
His throw incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Crowd love Yanni. Crowd love Yanni. No touch.
They'll set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
From the gun, it's Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's Jackson. throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing is Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
His second touchdown of the night.
and the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Back now at Commander's Field.
Or the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Hey, Silver. Go Silver, ready? Hey!
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 25, here's second down and 1.
13.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That is caught, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on fourth down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the fourth quarter, and this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Hey, 73. Alpha. Yanni.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Silver. Go Silver, ready?
They'll look to throw again.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Great. Hey!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Barkley. is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
Middle.
Now it's Jackson.
This one into the hands of Aguilar.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.